If you're a B2B business struggling to clarify your message, this is for you. In this video, I'm going to show you how to use the StoryBrand framework to speak directly to decision makers, cut through the noise, and ultimately close more deals. I'll walk you through all 7 parts of the StoryBrand framework: character, problem, guide, plan, call to action, failure, and success, but with a B2B lens, so you can see exactly how to make it work in high stakes, high trust buying environments. I'm Mitch Metter. I've been a StoryBrand certified guide for over 7 years, and I've helped hundreds of businesses, many of them B2B, clarify their message and turn that clarity into powerful marketing. And I believe some of the best marketing happens in B2B because the stakes are higher than in B2C. So let's dive in. Part 1, the character. Even in B2B, you're never selling to a business, you're selling to a person, a decision maker. That could be a CEO, a marketing director, an operations manager, or a regional manager at a northeastern Pennsylvania-based mid-sized paper company. Whoever's gonna sign the contract or approve the deal, that is your character. These people want outcomes, whether it's growth, efficiency, smoother workflows, or hitting KPIs. So call them out directly, use job titles, show them that you understand their role. For example, operations directors are under pressure to increase throughput without increasing cost. That shows you that you're speaking their language. And remember, the motivation behind each job title is different. If you're speaking to business owners, they care deeply because their name is usually on the business or associated with the business, plus it's their wallet at stake. C-suite executives may answer to a board or shareholders. It's important to understand that pressure that they're under. Middle managers often want to protect their job, hit targets, or earn their next promotion. Keep these things in mind as we move into the next part of the framework, the problem. Problems in StoryBrand are layered. External, internal, and philosophical, but you probably know that. In B2B, it's really the internal problem that drives action. It's not just the sales team is underperforming, it's you're accountable and everyone's looking at you to fix this underperforming sales team. Or maybe you're managing the grounds of a large property and it's not just the grass isn't cut, it's if the landscaping looks bad, your boss is calling you, not the landscaper. These are real concerns that keep people up at night, and behind those concerns is often risk, reputational, financial, or even career risk. And that's why your messaging should identify the pain behind the pain and tap into the philosophical as well. You work hard. You deserve a vendor that works just as hard as you do. As you know, in StoryBrand world, you are the guide. As the vendor or service provider, you are not the hero. In B2B, that means 2 things. You demonstrate empathy, you get what your prospect is going through, and you prove authority. You've helped people like them succeed before. In B2B, authority matters more than ever. These folks have a lot riding on their decision, so give them something they can take to their higher ups. Show them logos of companies you've worked with. Highlight years in business, share results, testimonials, and case studies. They need something that says this vendor knows what they're doing and choosing them won't get me fired. When we talk about a plan for a B2B company, your prospect needs to see a clear, logical path forward. That's why you should show a plan in 3 or 4 steps that leads them from interest to success. And there's 2 types of plans worth highlighting in B2B. The pre-purchase plan, which is kind of a traditional like book a call, get a custom strategy, launch with confidence. And then there's also a post-purchase plan, which is more along the lines of like how you'll execute. So discovery, build, optimize. This is especially helpful when your prospect needs to explain your process to someone for internal approval. Just make sure that your plan is outcome focused, not just task based. Things like get a proposal that works for you on your timeline and budget. Avoid delays with our 3-week implementation process. And if appropriate, include a warranty, guarantee, or refund policy to further ease the risk. When establishing your call to action, B2B buyers often have internal red tape to deal with. So your call to action should be low friction, something that they can say yes to without needing approval from an entire executive team. Think book a free demo, schedule a discovery call, download the executive briefing. Avoid weak call to actions like learn more or explore our services, and also recognize that a lot of times in order to make the purchase or sign the deal, they're going to need higher up approval. So you don't want that to be your call to action on the site. If you're targeting middle managers, don't ask them to make a purchase right away. Give them something they can champion internally first. Highlighting failure is actually crucial to B2B marketing, because when things go wrong, your prospect could miss KPIs, waste budget, which means they lose credibility or even jeopardize their job. So don't overdo the fear, but clearly show what's at stake if they pick the wrong partner or do nothing at all. What they really want is risk mitigation. Make your messaging say, "We'll help you look good and not get burned." Remember that failure is a crucial part of the marketing recipe. It's like salt in a bread recipe. If there's too much of it, you're definitely going to notice that bread is salty. But if it's not there at all, it lacks flavor. So make sure you get the failure just right in your message. And finally, when we show what success looks like in a B2B setting, we want to focus on two types of success. There is the professional and personal success side, as well as the company or organizational success. So organizational outcomes look like increased revenue, improved efficiency, faster onboarding, while these more personal outcomes could include confidence, peace of mind, and as well as highlighting things like personal performance towards promotions, raises, and things like that. Paint the before and after picture and let them see themselves winning with your help. So there you have it, StoryBrand for B2B. You're still using the same 7 parts of the framework, but now you're speaking directly to the real decision maker, tapping into the internal stakes and easing the risk that comes from making a big decision. If you want help putting this into practice, whether it's writing your homepage, building a lead generator, or reworking your sales deck, I'd love to help. Click the link below to schedule a discovery call, and let's clarify your message together. If this video helped you, do me a favor, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss future videos on messaging, websites, and small business marketing. And if you've got questions about how this applies to your specific business or industry, drop them in the comments. I read every one, and I'd love to point you in the right direction. If you're ready to actually put this into work, head over to thebrandnerd.com. That's where you can book a call and learn the different ways that we can work together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.